Good morning, everybody. Sam here, United People's TV. I'm live with my daily show, Monday to Friday, 9:30 a.m. UK time. And today we've got a busy one because we're playing tonight. Not sure if you know. West Ham, second time in 3 days. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has to rotate his team. That is the title of this video, and that is the main topic of my discussion. You would have seen my predicted 11 for the game yesterday. I'll run through that. I'm going to run through all the early team news from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's been speaking about Anthony Elanga. He's been speaking about Alex Telles. He's been speaking about Sir Philip of Jones. So we're going to speak about all those three players. We're going to speak about Carrington getting a much-needed upgrade. That has been necessary for so long. So it's exciting to see that happening. I'll run through all of those details. We're going to speak about the rotation, and that's the main thing. That's the main purpose of today. Let me head down to the comments. I always head down to the comments throughout the entire stream. If you're new here, welcome aboard. It's interactive. You get involved. You fire in your opinions. You fire in your comments, and you fire in your super chats, and I'll try and answer as many as possible. I can see down in the comments here, the mods have been busy over on YouTube this morning. You got Ozzy down there. You got Jason. You got Josh. You got Stefan. You got Ian. You got Lone Wonder. You got Takeoff. You got Fred. Members galore down there in the comments. How you doing, lads? Nice to see you all there. If you're watching on Facebook, let me know where you're watching from as well. I'll try and give you a shout out. Carl, I can see you there on Facebook. Mark, I can see you there watching from Africa. Izzy watching from Ghana. Graham watching from Adelaide. Good morning to all of you. Make sure you drop a like on the video, people. Let's get straight into this one. And let's get straight into my predicted 11. Obviously, you watched the video yesterday, right? I mean, I hope you did. It was my predicted 11 for the game. Remember, this is my predicted 11. Not the 11 I would like to see, but the predicted 11. Bit of a caveat there. This is what I think we'll see tonight. As you can see, I've put in some rotation. I have put in some rotation. And this is a crucial point, I think, to really understand about what Solskjaer is going to do tonight. Because we need to rotate, right? The thing that not ruined us last season, but hurt us massively was going towards the end of the season. Manchester United, we just ran out of energy. The intensity of Solskjaer's football caught up with the legs of the players, and we the bottoms fell out. We really struggled. Rashford and Bruno in particular. So we need to see Ole Gunnar Solskjaer rotating his team this season. And as you can see here, I've rotated, not everybody, I've rotated some. And that, I think, will be a crucial aspect of the rotation, because what Man United need to do this year is get to a point where our squad is good enough to take some players out of the starting 11, rest some players, and therefore keep the same quality of football whilst resting some key players. As you can see here, I've taken Ronaldo out. I've taken, well, not because he's crucial, but I've taken Fred out because I want to get Van de Beek in there. I've taken Varane out. I've taken Wan-Bissaka out. I've taken Greenwood out. But I've kept in De Gea. I've kept in Maguire. I've kept in Matic and Fernandes. I've kept in a bit of a spine through the middle of the team because I think Solskjaer will do that. I think Solskjaer, I can see a comment here from Ian saying, look, why Fernandes again? Well, look, I think Fernandes will get rested at some point this season. He definitely will be. But I think Fernandes will be crucial in keeping the intensity of the football in this part of the pitch. I think he'll lead up there in the same way that Maguire and Shaw will keep it down here. I don't think he's going to change too much with our defence. You could see Alex Telles starting at left back. I could definitely see that happening. I didn't know whether he was going to be fit to play, but Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has confirmed. Is it that one there? Nope, not that one. There. Solskjaer has been speaking about Alex Telles before the game in the pre-match press conference. He said, look, Alex Telles is going to be in the squad to face West Ham. Would you start Alex Telles? Let me know in the comments below. I don't know whether he's going to be fit enough to start this game, but maybe he is. And I wouldn't mind seeing Shaw getting a rest. You can see Ian saying, look, try VDB in the DM role. This is basically as DM as we're going to get from Donny. Donny played pretty well, I would argue, against young boys, 45 minutes. And if it wasn't for Wan-Bissaka getting sent off, I think Van de Beek would have got the full 90 minutes. But he did, and therefore Donny didn't get the full 90. But while I believe there's going to be rotation tonight, and that's what I'm saying, Ronaldo's getting a rest there. You've got Varane getting a rest. You've got Wan-Bissaka getting a rest. I don't think it will be a full 11 change. And it shouldn't be a full 11 being switched in and out. That's when it's difficult for Manchester United. Because last year, if you were to take our main players out of the team, if you were to take Fernandes out of the team, if you were to take Rashford out of the team, you would take Fred and McTominay out of the team, we would actually look like a completely different team. We would play almost like a different style of football. That can't happen this year. That's why I want to see Manchester United rotating, but rotating in certain aspects, not a full 11. Don't drop Fernandes and Shaw and Maguire and De Gea and play Heaton, Bailly and Lindelof together with Tellers at left back, Van der Beek as the number 10. If you do that, Manchester United are going to struggle to continue the good football that we have been playing. And we'll have a massive drop-off. So Solskjaer's got to manage that in rotating certain players whilst also maintaining the standards inside the team. And that's what I personally think that 11 does there. I think this is my predicted 11. This is what I'm predicting Solskjaer will start. I might be completely wrong. What would be your predicted 11s? Let me know in the comments below. And throughout the stream, we can head back to this and we can build our own lineup, maybe together. So you can let me know who you would start as the back five, for example. You let me know in the comments now, and we'll head back there and we'll build this team together and we can get United People's TV live 11 in terms of what you think will happen. Let me head down to the comments here, though, and see what you're saying. Bitu, look, you're saying big game for Anto. Look, it is a big game for Anthony Martial. If he does get that start, I think he will. I also think it's a huge game for Jadon Sancho. I said it against Young Boys that this is a huge night for Sancho, and then Wan-Bissaka got sent off and Sancho got hooked. Oh, look, Vinny. You're feeling in a chipper mood. You don't know what you're saying. Wow, thank you very much, my friend. Jonathan, Varane is still fit. And if anything, he needs to get his boots under the table. Look, maybe it will be Varane that comes in and Harry Maguire will get a rest. I think one of them will be rested. I don't think both of them will be rested. Varane was rested against Young Boys, so maybe it'll be Maguire rested here against West Ham. Tellez is in the squad, so I think he'll start, says Ian. Look, it might be the case. Josh, you're saying Henderson start. I'm not sure whether Henderson's fit to start yet. Again, if I know Henderson's fit to start, Henderson's going in my team. I would put Henderson in right there because, of course, Henderson's not really going to get that much game time in the Premier League this season, not with David De Gea in the sort of form that he is in so far. He's been absolutely sensational, isn't he? Looks like 2016 De Gea. People saying this cup is meaningless. This cup is crucial for this team because they haven't won anything yet. I wouldn't say... Crucial might not be the word I would use for how to describe this cup for Manchester United, but it could be a momentum builder. League Cups and FA Cups and Europa Leagues ultimately have not changed Manchester United's ambition as a football club. Hasn't really changed anything. Hasn't changed how we felt. Hasn't changed anything. Hasn't changed anything. So the League Cup ultimately will not change much. But in terms of this Ole Gunnar Solskjaer squad, and it's why that FA Cup was so important for Fergie, because he needed that win with that squad of players to say, right, let's go. Let's kick on. That's what this cup could do. That would be the comparison that I think people will draw with the League Cup there and with the FA Cup with Fergie. Solskjaer needs a trophy. Solskjaer needs to get that first one under his belt so we can just say, look, let's move on, man. Let's win trophies. Let's win more of them. We won that one. That's not the one we want. That is where it could be an impact. And my prediction for the season, was that Manchester United would win the domestic cup double. I think that Solskjaer is going to be really concentrating quite hard on winning both of these cups. But we've got the squad now, the quality in the squad to rotate and shift and not lose too much overall quality in the shape of the team. Because last year, Solskjaer just simply didn't trust his backup players. And that is exactly why Manchester United burned Bruno out. Manchester United burned Rashford out because he didn't trust anybody else to play in those positions. Now we've got quality. We should be able to rotate in certain places. Ben, you're saying change the whole team for this pointless cup and go out for the league. It's not going to happen. There's no way that Solskjaer is going to, as I said, put Heaton in goal with Tellez, with Bailly and Lindelof and the lot of right. And then we've got, I don't know, Hannibal and Van der Beek in mid. No, Solskjaer will not do that. This is a predicted 11. Solskjaer will change certain players and not change everything. Let me have a look what we're saying down here. Craig, you're saying my starting 11 be De Gea, Maguire, Mengi. Obviously, telling Mengi he's been playing with the under-23s. Where did he play as well? I think it was the under-23s. Dalot, Tellez, Lingard, Matic, DVB, Sancho, Bruno, and Martial. I personally think that as much as lots of us want Bruno to be rested, I don't think tonight is the occasion where Bruno will be rested. It's the start of the season. Bruno is the player really who sets the whole tempo for the entire team. Don't expect Bruno to be rested. I think tonight is crucial for Sancho. Absolutely crucial for him to just get that first goal under your belt, man. Get that first goal, get it off your back, enjoy it, celebrate in front of the fans at Old Trafford, and then kick on. That's what I want to see from Sancho. And Lingard is definitely starting. We know Lingard's going to start. Phil Jones, though, I suppose we've got to have a conversation about old Philly. Not Uncle Phil, but Phil Jones. This is what Solskjaer was saying about Jones ahead of the game. Let me go there. He said he's been so diligent and so professional. No frills, no social media, and I'm old school. I like players like that. He just focuses on one thing and gets his head around the challenges, and he's back. Jones will be in the squad against West Ham. It's a good day for him, and it's a good day for us, and it's something that he has earned. Now, what's your reaction to that? What's your reaction to Solskjaer's comments about Phil Jones? Is it a good thing for Manchester United that he's back? Does Phil Jones deserve one more chance? Phil Jones has had so many chances. He's like collected them like playing cards so far at Manchester United. He's been collecting a wage and he's hardly played a minute. But he's been working a lot behind the scenes. He's played 2 full 90 minutes for the under-23s. He's had no flare-up. His knee looks good. Solskjaer is happy with him. And clearly in training, Jones hasn't been doing anything wrong, really. He's been head down, focusing, and trying to get himself fit again. I've maintained it at the start of the year. The best thing for Manchester United this season is for Phil Jones to have an injury-free year, because then we can sell him at the end of it. And maybe playing in the League Cup, maybe that's a good idea. But then again, we've got Lindelof and Bailly, who, in my opinion, are far more deserving of being our backup centre-backs than Sir Philip of Jones. But let me go down here and see what you think about Phil Jones. Get your opinions in here. This will be an interesting one. Katerina, give him a few minutes so we can sell him for some good money. Christian, play him a bit so he can get sold in January and go to a championship club. Chris, you're saying, I have to say, Jones has had so many injuries. It's not really been fair recently, so give him a game. I'm not here to do what's fair for any player at Manchester United. I'm not here, but that's what I want Solskjaer to do, is to do what is right for the club, not what is fair for the players. It might not be fair that he's had the injuries, but geez, wasn't our fault that he got injured that much, was he? Malps, Jones should have got sold a long time ago. Smalling should have stayed instead. I remember that. And I do kind of agree with that point, but unfortunately, nobody wanted to buy Phil Jones. Somebody wanted to buy Chris Smalling. Roll on Saturday. Old Trafford bound, says Adam. Good night. Enjoy that game. Aston Villa 12:30 on Saturday. It's going to be a busy weekend we've got coming up. Anthony, do I think Martial will play after getting the green light to leave? I think Martial will start this game, in my opinion. Simon, good evening to you on Facebook as well, my friend. No pity party, bruv. This is a professional team. I agree with that comment. I'm not here to do what's fair for players, man. I'm not here to sort of pat Phil Jones on the back, say, well done, Phil. Well done. You've earned your weight. Well done. You've not got injured. Come on. Give you a little round of applause. Fuck that. If he's fit to play and he's the best centre-back option we've got, that is why I would play Phil Jones. I wouldn't do it because it's fair to him. I wouldn't do it because he's earned it. If it's right for Manchester United, then I would play Phil Jones. And I don't think it will be, because I personally think Bailly and Lindelof will be... There are two centre-back backups this year, not Phil Jones. But Phil Jones, he's in the squad, at least tonight. Do I think he will start? No, I don't think he'll start. Do I think he will come on? I think that'll probably depend on what's happening in the game. If it gets to like the 70th minute and it's still 0-0, then probably not. But if we're like 2-3-0 up, you might see a Phil Jones coming on. Do I remember? That's a good comment there. Do I remember Rio Fernandes? You got murked. I loved You Got Murked. I remember when he did Beckham in the car. Who else did he do? Gary Neville, I think he did. Old school. Bring back We Got Murked. And Rio's got a channel now, a YouTube channel. He should definitely bring You Got Murked back. I reckon he will, actually. Andy, when do I see Rashford coming back? Rashford won't be back, I don't think, until after the October international break. That's what I believe. But if he comes back a little bit earlier than that, I don't think he will, if I'm being honest, because we've got, maybe 2-3 weeks now until the international break. I think he'll be eased back in. Like tonight, we could be starting Scott McTominay, but no, ease him back in my opinion. How can you talk about the GOAT that way? Jones is a legend. Jones is going to get a testimonial at Manchester United. he will definitely set the record for the least amount of games played whilst getting a testimonial, if he does get a testimonial. But he's so injury prone, says Stefan. A few minutes today certainly won't hurt Phil Jones. Hey, look, there's a reason Fergie said that. Well, he went on record to say that he's like Duncan Edwards. And we all know about big Duncan Edwards, the crown jewel in that Busby Babes team. To compare him to Duncan Edwards that early in his career, did it help him? Probably not. It's now become a meme used against Phil Jones. But look, Jones is still here. Somehow Jones is still here. And we become a meme of a club because of it. But he's going to be in the squad tonight. And he might play. And it's always the what ifs. How old is Phil Jones now, man? I know he's been around for a long time. But I'm guessing he's what, 28? Let's have a look. Phil Jones. 29. 29 in February. So he's 30 next year. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens with Phil Jones. Prove me wrong, man. Prove me completely wrong. I don't think you will, because we all know what happens. The Jones cycle continues. You get pissed off. He gets injured. He works his way back up. He comes in, you think, oh, he's not going to be that good. He plays, he goes, oh, well, actually, Phil Jones, yeah, he looks all right. Puts in like 2 or 3 or 4 performances that you think, okay, all right. Injured. Injured again. Back to square one. That has been the Jones cycle for the last, well, I don't know, 7, 8 years. Nothing's ever broken that. So history tells me at probably first week of November-ish, Phil Jones will get injured, having had a quietly impressive few cameo appearances. I think that's what's going to happen again with Phil Jones. I'd like to be proven wrong, but as I said, in an ideal situation, the best thing that can happen is Phil Jones just, I don't know, makes cameo appearances all year long, doesn't really put a foot wrong for Manchester United, stays injury-free, and Manchester United can then sell him in the summer. I'm done with Phil Jones. I've had enough hopes dashed. I've had enough pain and misery, and I'm sure he's had enough pain and misery, and he just wants to play football. Let's see what's going on here with Phil Jones. But I don't personally think he's going to have a renaissance at Manchester United. And you say renaissance, he's never had a goddamn career, but that's how long he's been injured for. It's quite ridiculous, really. Another player who will be in the squad tonight. This is going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to this one. That's Anthony Elanga. Solskjaer there saying he was disappointed not to travel down to West Ham for the Premier League game on Sunday, but he scored for the under-23s and now he is ready. He'll be involved in the squad against West Ham. Would you start Anthony Elanga? Let me know in the comments. Type yes or no now. I personally wouldn't, because I think we're going to be starting Jesse Lingard and I want to see Jadon Sancho start this game. But Anthony Elanga was probably the most exciting player in pre-season. I think that's fair to say. We had so many players who were still missing because of Euro 2020 or 21, depends what you want to call it. And it was a chance for some youngsters to come in and sort of cement their place inside the squad. Elanga did that, man. Scored a couple of cracking goals, really exciting performances. As I showed, he bulked up massively. He used the summer as his platform, really, to force his way into the team. And if it wasn't for that injury, he would already have been inside this squad. I can see Clolo, you don't think that he'll start. Anthony, you don't think he'll start after either. Ishwar, you're saying second half. Elanga over Martial, says WMH. And Elanga looks exciting for the future. Plenty of you there. I can see you. Regular commenters. You're not joined as members. Hit that join button down below. Get involved. Look, you've even got some new badges here today. New badges, new emojis. Look at all the upgrades, all the perks. And you can get involved in the United Arms, which is open later on tonight at 6:45 p.m, I think. Kickoff tonight is, 7:45? As always, I'll be live for an hour before the game. All the members on YouTube and Facebook, you'll have the opportunity to jump on screen with me and we'll discuss the West Ham starting 11, the team, your fears and your hopes for the game tonight. So make sure if you want to join in with that, you join in as a member. If you don't want to join as a member, just hit that subscribe button. Where are we at now? Hit that subscribe button. Let's see if we can get to 206,900 by the end of the stream today. Hit that subscribe button. It's free. Hit that notification bell and you won't miss a video. You won't miss me going live every single day at 9:30 in the morning. So make sure you drop a like on the video and subscribe if you're new to United People's TV. But let's take a look at the comments and see what you're saying now. Don't know why I did that. Weird voice. Lingard and Sancho to start, says Cole. Look, I personally think you're right. And I personally think that's what I would start. I would start Lingard and I would start Sancho. After what he did against West Ham at the weekend, there's no way that he doesn't start that game. No way he doesn't start that game tonight. Look at that, Cole. Just did like and subscribe. Big up to you. Welcome aboard, sir. I want to see rotations from Solskjaer today, says most rad cut. Look, I want to see rotations today. As the title of the video says, the rotations have to happen. They really, really do. Gregory, you're watching from Australia. Good evening to you, sir. I think Elanga will start alongside Martial. Can you please bring Ty on the show when we play Arsenal? No, I won't bring Ty on the show. It's not the sort of channel you're ever going to get here at United People's TV. I'm not going to be here to point fingers and laugh at other clubs. I'm just focusing on myself. Simple as that. Let's move on to an important thing that's happened here as well. This has been coming for a long time. Might be slightly boring, but for me, it's quite important. Manchester United are finally putting some money into Carrington, finally upgrading our training ground. It's been needed for, I can't even tell you how long it's been needed for. It really has. The club will shortly submit planning applications on 2 new pavilions to host additional changing facilities, offices, gyms, and catering areas. A new overflow car park, and they're also going to introduce the all-seater stand. There you go. With a built-in broadcast and performance analysis platform is proposed to be situated adjacent to pitch 1, replacing the 2 Smalling existing stands. Capacity for 500, including 8 wheelchair positions, including their PAs, comfortable seating. Look, Carrington has been underinvested in for so long, and at the same time, we've seen Manchester City and their money that they've been invested in their training ground. It's come out of nowhere, and it dwarfs Manchester United in how modern it is. You see, was it Aston Villa's? I think the other week I saw it was like developed by McLaren, and it looked insane. No, it was Leicester's. Leicester City got a new training ground developed by McLaren, and it looks incredible. And Carrington just looks a bit blocky, a bit old, a bit dated. I've been to Carrington. I've walked through it. It's a nice place. Of course it is, but that's more as a United fan rather than... I'm not saying the facilities are crap. The facilities are not crap. The facilities are Manchester United level, but the facilities have to go up and be modernised. Same as Old Trafford. It's good. Of course, it's one of the theatres of football. It needs money being put into it because it has been underinvested in for so long from the Glazers. The same goes for Carrington. So it's good to see that Manchester United are putting money in investing it behind the scenes because it helps develop the club for the future. Just wanted to say that. You got Jeremy watching from New South Wales in Australia. How you doing? Make sure you drop a like on Facebook. You're watching and like the page as well. And we see what's going on down here. We should loan Elanga or Martial out in the winter. Says I am. I don't think we'll be loaning either of them. I think Elanga's going to have his place inside this squad. Let's see what goes on because it's exciting, man. As I said, look, we're free scoring. We scored like 13, 14 goals in the Premier League already this season, and we haven't had Rashford, and Sancho hasn't really hit the ground running yet. It's exciting, man. It's very exciting. Creighton, how you doing? Just joined in. What did I miss? We're speaking about the fact that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has to rotate his squad tonight because squad rotation was something that he just did not do enough of last year. It's something that he needs to do more of this season. We need to see it from Manchester United. My predicted 11 for the game tonight is this. I think we're going to see Maguire, Lindelof at the back with Shaw and Dalot as a fullbacks. De Gea keeping his place. Matic and Van der Beek with Fernandes, Lingard, Sancho and Martial. Now, lots of people say, Sam, that's not enough rotation. I think there'll be a certain amount of rotation, and there shouldn't be too much. If you rotate too much and you take too many players out, you're going to see Manchester United capitulate. You're going to see Manchester United and the style of football we have been seeing just go to shit. That's why I'm keeping Fernandes in that team. I don't want to see Fernandes play every single game in this League Cup. All right. But I think he'll be starting there tonight. But let's go here. Look, right. Let's talk about this together. You let me know in the comments now what keeper you want to see starting tonight. We'll build this 11. We'll build this starting 11 and we'll do it together live on the stream, and we'll get towards a United People's TV 11. But let's say the keeper. You've got Henderson, De Gea or Heaton. Who do you think will start in goal? You fire your comments in. I'll choose the name which is popping up the most in the comments, and I'll get him in the 11. And then we'll run into the fullbacks and we'll speak about the centre-backs. We're definitely going to stick to 4-2-3-1. That obviously is the case. That's Manchester United's formation. Whether or not you like that from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, that's our formation, and that is what it's going to be. But let's go down here. Like, I don't even know if Henderson is fit, but judging by all these comments here, right, there you go. You disagree with me. You all think that Heaton's going to be coming in here and starting. Riyadh, nice comment there. Thank you very much. Saying, love the content and level-headed nature most times. Yeah, most times. Come on. Sometimes we have a drink. Sometimes we get a little bit non-level-headed. Watching from St. Lucia. Now, I'm jealous of you watching from St. Lucia. Gary, you think Henderson's going to start, with the majority of people down in the comments, you think Heaton's going to play. I'm not sure whether Henderson's fit just yet. That would be my only concern. I think if Henderson is completely fit, I think Henderson will start. If he's not, I think De Gea will keep his place. But maybe Heaton will come in. It's quite impressive in the preseason. But let's look at the fullbacks. You tell me which fullbacks. Type them both in at the same time. Otherwise, we'll be here all day. Shaw and Dalot. That's what I've got as my two fullbacks. Who do you think will start at fullback? Alex Telles, as Solskjaer has said here. That one? Oh, look at that. Alex Telles is going to be in the squad tonight. Whether or not he's fit to start, I don't know. Again, that's why I was hesitant to put Alex Telles down as starting. But who do you think will start? You've got Luke Shaw and Telles who can start at left back. You've got Dalot and you've got Wan-Bissaka really who can start at right back. You could squeeze other players in there. You could force players to play out of position. Maybe I'm forgetting people as well. I don't think I am. But let's have a look at, see what you think about our fullbacks tonight. And remember, if you're leaving a comment, make sure you drop a like on the video and subscribe if you're new. Darren, you're saying Telles and Dalot. Tabo, I don't recognize either of your names. Maybe you're not subscribers. Nero, you're saying Telles and Dalot. Shaw and Dalot. Telles and Bissaka. Alex and Dalot. Telles and Dalot. So look, okay, right. I think something we can definitely say there straight away is the majority of you think this. Majority of you think that Luke Shaw is going to get a rest tonight. We're going to see him play on the left-hand side and Shaw getting some rest. But judging, I personally think Dalot's definitely playing. And I can see here the majority of you are saying Dalot as well. This is something that I actually do agree with Lee. No way that Telles gets chucked in from the start. I don't personally think he will be. I don't think he's going to be 100% fit and ready for this just yet. But remember, this is your 11 as United People's TV community. So I'm doing what you're telling me to do. And judging by the majority of the comments here, you think that Telles is going to get the nod there ahead of Luke Shaw at left back. Now, let's go to the centre-back options because we do have options here. Maguire and Lindelof is who I've got down in the team. You let me know in the comments the two centre-backs that you want to see Manchester United start tonight, or the two defenders you think we will start. It's either going to be Maguire or Varane, in my opinion. I think we'll keep one of them in. And then we've got Lindelof. I mean, you might disagree. You might think maybe Maguire and Varane are both going to get a rest. We've got Lindelof. We've got Baye. Phil Jones. He's now going to be fit again. You could probably throw Ted and Mengi in there if you really wanted to. Who else have we got? Don't know. Probably other options. But that is who we've got really down there. So you let me know in the comments the two centre-backs that you think we're going to be starting tonight. And make sure as well, you subscribe. Come on. Look how engaging this is. I try to make it as engaging as possible. Let's get 10 more before the end of the stream. See if we can reach 900. But let me go back down to the comments here and see what you're thinking. Nero, you're saying Varane and Lindelof. Varane and Lindelof. Varane. Maguire and Lindelof. Maguire and Lindelof. Maguire and Baye. Varane and Baye. I love how engaging the community is, man. It's good fun, isn't it? It's really good fun. Lindelof and Baye. Maguire and Lindelof. Maguire and Baye. Right. There are a lot of different opinions flying down in the comments here. Judging by... this is tough, actually. This is really tough. There's a real split going on here. The one player I would say is in, according to your 11s, that's Victor Lindelof. So Lindelof is in. It's whether or not Maguire partners him or Varane partners him. Judging by the majority of these comments, the majority, I've got to go on the majority here. I'm going for Varane. Now, remember that Varane plays on the right-hand side here. So to play him here forces him out of position. To play Lindelof there, that's where he's always played alongside Maguire. So Lindelof's kind of used to that. Varane would have to play something different. Could you potentially see a bit of that? Lindelof forced out of position and Varane playing there? You could see that, of course. But maybe you'll see Lindelof keeping his spot and Varane. But you think Varane and Lindelof. Again, this is judging by the majority of the comments here. Got to go by what the people are saying. So you think that's going to be our back five? Heaton, Telles, Varane, Lindelof, and Dalot. Okay, right. Everybody, you let me know what you think about that so far in the comments. Now let's move up to midfield. Now midfield here, you can have so many different things. And it all depends on what you want. You can have Fred and McTominay in there. You could have Fred and Van der Beek in there. You could bring Matic in and play him alongside Hannibal and give him a debut in centre mid. There are so many different players that you could play in this midfield too. Which two do you think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to start tonight? I'll head down here and say, look, what you're saying about the centre-backs. Maguire has got the history with Lindelof. It's only natural for them to play together for the Cup. I would personally agree with you, but I'm going for the majority here, my friend. And they think that Varane is going to come in and play this. Remember that Varane was rested for the Young Boys game. Maybe this is going to be the game where Maguire gets a rest. But let me see. Oh, look, Alvaro Fernandes is going to be starting at left back. Yeah, he's been exciting coming through into the under-23s. He's been training with the first team. Solskjaer's got a very clear plan, really, when he brings young kids through. He sort of lets them train with the first team, sometimes lets them travel with the squad, gives them cameo minutes. He's got a bit of a structure as to how he introduces youngsters into first-team football. Is tonight going to be the night where we get to see a bit more Hannibal? Let's find out. But let's see what you're thinking about that midfield duo. Carl, you're going all out there. You're saying Donny and Hannibal. That would be exciting as hell, but I don't think that's going to happen. Gary, you're saying that it's got to be Donny tonight. You're saying Donny and Matic. VDB and McTominay, says Carl. Van der Matic, says Kian. VDB and McTominay. Plenty of new faces popping up here. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. Donny and Matic. Judging by the majority of the comments here, I think we've got it spot on. I think we can say that's going to be the starting midfield tonight, judging by the comments down here. So quite a few of you are saying McTominay. Quite a few of you are saying Hannibal. But the majority of you are saying Matic and Van der Beek. And I think that's probably the partnership which suits Donny the best, because Matic will sit a little bit deeper. Matic will probably like come in a little bit, let Van der Beek go forward a little bit like that. So while it might be a 4-2-3-1, it will give Van der Beek the opportunity to go forward a bit like McTominay got the chance against West Ham, and Fred sat deep and protected him. You could see Fred tonight. You could see McTominay tonight. But ultimately, they're going to be Manchester United's starting midfield pair all season long. We don't have... That's going to happen. That's going to be the case. So if Solskjaer can rest them in games like this, I think Solskjaer will rest them in games like this. Let me see what you think about that in the comments here. If Matic and Van der Beek, they're both a bit slow. Yeah, it wouldn't be the paciest midfield in the world, but, you know, it's not the paciest in the world when we've got Fred and McTominay either. To be honest, I don't care who partners DVB, as long as he gets 90 minutes. I think he would have got 90 minutes against Young Boys if Wan-Bissaka didn't get sent off. VDB and Scott will need Matic for the weekend. Well, I think we need Scott for the weekend, personally, so that's why I've given McTominay a rest here. Can everyone please repeat after me, so maybe he will notice Henderson is not in the squad. Good. All right, Henderson not in the squad. Thank you very much. It did get repeated, but make sure you subscribe if you're new. You're a new name. There's plenty of new faces I can see here today. Let me see how we're doing on the old subscribers. Oh, we've got another couple. Make sure. Come on, ladies and gents. Let's be generous. Let's get involved. You want to be here later for when the United Arms open as well. Let's head here. Who are playing on the wings? I've got Lingard and Sancho in here. What two players do you want to see playing on the wings? Do you see, I don't know, Anthony Martial playing on the wing and Greenwood starting up front? Do you see Lingard playing on here? Do you see Anthony Elanga playing here? Do you see Sancho playing there? Who do you want to see start on the wings? Ahmad, I would love to see. I can see his name in the comments. Pretty sure Ahmad's still injured, and Ahmad will be injured for some time. Why matter? You could bring him into the team for Bruno. We'll speak about that. We'll speak about that in a bit. Who do you think is going to play on the wings? Lingard and Sancho are the two players I've got there. And let's see what you think in the comments below. Josh, you're saying Sancho and Martial's playing the wings. And Gary, you're saying that as well. Lingard and Sancho, says Nero. Mason and Sancho. Elanga and Sancho. Right, okay. Well, one name is for sure straight away. You all think that Sancho is going to be starting tonight. I think it's crucial that Sancho starts tonight. I really want to see him get 90 minutes under his belt. Let him play on the right-hand side. Let him play in his preferred position at Old Trafford. Let's see Sancho running at West Ham, who will be tired after the weekend, who will be frustrated, hopefully leaving space in behind for him to exploit. But who to partner him? Who to partner him? Lingard and Sancho. Has to be Sancho and Martial. Bailly and Lindelof might start. Well, we're not talking about the centre-backs in our bowl. Lingard and Sancho. Where's the lot on the right? He's down there, mate. He's right there. Sancho on the left. Lingard at number 10. Mason on the right. Actually, looking from the majority here, I'll tell you what, a lot of you are saying this. A lot of you are saying this. I personally don't think this will happen. Could be completely wrong. I personally don't think it will happen. But you're saying Martial, you're saying Lingard through the middle instead of Bruno, and you're saying Sancho on the right-hand side. And Lingard can play there. He has played there before for Manchester United. But if that's the case, then who plays up front? You let me know now. If this is going to be our 9 players, who's our 10th? Who's our 11th? Sorry, up there. Who plays up front? If Martial's playing out on the left, who will play up front? Would that be Mason Greenwood playing up front? Is Edison Cavani even fit yet? I don't think Cavani's fit completely anyway. Might be wrong. But judging, I'll be honest, by the comments, I don't really think there is another option there. You could potentially play Elanga up there. I don't really think that you would play Elanga up there. I mean, he played on the left. He did play a little bit central as well during the preseason. But I think if you're going to play that team, and again, judging by all the comments here, you're looking at Mason Greenwood. So this is the United People's TV 11 that we've just built here together. What do you think about that? Do you think that Manchester United team is going to come out tonight? Remember, it's like a predicted 11. We're doing it together. Do you think that team is capable of winning tonight? You've got Heaton at the back with Telles and Dalot as fullbacks. You've got Varane and Lindelof as the 2 centre-backs. It's a back 5 that's never played with each other. A back 5 that probably would never play with each other again, if I'm being completely honest. Might be the only time you ever see that format, that back 5 this season, if it happens. In the middle, Matic and Van der Beek. I think that will happen tonight. I personally think that will happen. They played against Everton in the 4-0 preseason game. I think they'll start tonight. Lingard through the middle, you're saying, with Martial and Sancho as the wingers. Martial, I do want to see him getting game time out there on the left-hand side. I think that's probably where he's going to be playing this season, really. I don't think he should be a backup for Marcus Rashford on the left wing. That's where Martial should play this season. We should be playing Ronaldo, and if not Ronaldo and Cavani and Greenwood. Ronaldo, Cavani, and Greenwood are our 3 options as our centre forwards, in my opinion, anyway. And you think Greenwood's going to start up there? Let me go down to the comments here and see what you're saying. Don't agree with all selections, but it can work, says Dozo. I mean, of course it can work. I personally think there's just a few too many changes for us to keep the sort of tempo that we saw in the second half against West Ham. I think without Bruno there, we're going to really see that game slow down. With Lingard there, linking up Lingard to Van der Beek, is that link up really going to happen, or is Van der Beek going to try and skip it and go to Sancho? I don't know, if I'm being completely honest. Can Antonio play for West Ham, says Alan. I'm not sure. He got red card. Was it a straight red card? If it was a straight red, it's 3 games. If it's only 2 yellows, I think it's 1 game, which means he'd be fit to play. Shivan, you're saying, again, I don't think rest Ronnie, but that's just because I want to see him all the time. We've definitely got to rest Ronaldo tonight. I don't think there's any chance that Ronaldo starts this game. Me personally, looking at this 11, I think there's just a few too many changes. Don't think Solskjaer will go. That will be, he didn't play against West Ham. He didn't play against West Ham. He didn't play. So that's 4. He didn't start 5. He didn't start 6. He didn't start 7. He didn't start 8. He didn't start 9. I don't think that Solskjaer is going to go in and start 9 different players, keeping only, actually, no, 10. Was it, who out of that team started? Varane. 10 changes. Nah. There's no way that Solskjaer does 10 wholesale. I don't personally think anyway. I showed you what my 11 was. I disagree with a few of your decisions there. Sorry, ladies and gents. I think he'll keep, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 7 changes I made. 1, 2, 3, 4. Didn't start 6. Yeah. I think there'll be 7. I think there'll be 7 changes tonight. Keeping 4 in, De Gea, Maguire, and Shaw. Keeping it defensively solid. Matic will do a job. I don't know whether that Telles is even fit to start tonight. As Solskjaer said, he's going to be in the squad to face West Ham, but there's no guarantee that he's going to be fit to start. But it's been an interesting conversation here, isn't it? I'd like to see what you think will happen. Make sure, well, how many more do we need? We need 2 more subscribers, and then we'll hit 206 900. If you don't know, I'm Sam. This is United People's TV. I'm live every single weekday, Monday to Friday, 9:30 a.m. UK time. I'm going to be live tonight. I'm live before every single match day for an hour. United Legacy Arms is open. We have a pre-match chat, and as members, you get the chance to come on screen with me and have a conversation about the game. I do short videos, more explainer videos, and look, in me explaining that, it's always funny when that happens. Someone's actually unsubscribed. Man, that's what happens when a pitch goes wrong, isn't it? Clolo, you're saying, I don't think Telles is fit. I don't personally think he's going to. I don't think he'll start tonight. But United People's TV people have spoken. This is the 11 you think that we're going to see tonight. I still think it's capable of winning. It depends how many changes West Ham make as well. I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be a good game tonight. What's your predictions? Before we wrap up now, and remember, I'm not going to go into it in too much more depth because I want to have you all here to join me for the United Legacy Arms later. What's your predictions? I'll read a few of them out before we wrap up tonight. This morning, it's going to be a busy old day for Manchester United. And although the League Cup isn't massively important, we know the League Cup is the bottom of the priority list in terms of our trophies this season. But if we win the League Cup, it could be a little bit of a momentum builder. It really could. Let me see what your predictions are in the comments below. And I'll keep my predictions to later. Otherwise, you might not tune in. Why would you do that? Carl, you're saying 2-1. Aaron, you're saying you're going for a 1-0. Asmi, you're saying 2-0. Takeoff, 2-1 for you. 4-0 to the boys. 3-1, says Ben Thomas. Chris, you're saying 2. James, you're saying 2-1. And Kira, I hope you're right here. Sancho will be a banger against West Ham. I want tonight to be the Sancho show. That's what I'm looking forward to. I really, really hope it will be. And if it is, he can definitely use that as a sort of platform to kickstart his season. Because trust me, ladies and gents, when he starts firing, everyone's going to get him in their Premier League team, their fantasy Premier League team. Simple as that. 1-0 and get your cans ready, Sam. No Diet Coke today. I've been told no Diet Coke. I've actually got to go out and buy some beer. Damn it. But thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, for joining in this morning. I've enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed how interactive it was. We nearly hit 206, 900. Not quite. A couple of subs short, but I'm sure we'll hit that later. See if we can't hit 207,000 in the United Legacy Arms later on tonight. Thank you very much for all joining in. Thank you very much for your comments. I hope you enjoyed how interactive and engaging it is. And I hope you like the new badges, members. Did them yesterday. Got some new custom emojis. Hey, look, making it bigger and better. Why not? Hey, look at that. Right at the end, everyone comes in. Look at that. Big up to everyone who joined in this morning. Thank you very much for your comments. Cole, nice to see you. Nice to see a few new faces in the comments. I'll be back later on, 6:45. I'll set the live stream up now, so make sure you drop a like on that. Should be good. We beat West Ham at the weekend. Can we do it? I think we should be able to do it again tonight. And West Ham, for me, was actually away was our toughest game of September. But let's do it in the League Cup tonight. Make some changes, Solskjaer. Bring some new energy into that team and rest Ronaldo. He's got to get rested tonight. Anyway, thank you all very much for joining in. See you soon.